All
Hey
right.
guys, welcome back to Atanosio. I'm kidding. This is Chris at Atanosio, and this is my new friend Alonso. Today we're about to do a tasting and learn how to do a proper tasting as well.
Yes.
So Alonso, take it away.
Name is Jorge.
Oh,
Jorge.
Jorge, I apologize. I apologize. Darn me. I'll
No
get the
problem.
name right later.
No problem. So, what are we gonna do is a tasting, but we always do it in an opposite way than the regular one, right? Because we always begin with the añejo, because I wanna show you the difference between tequila that have a very woody flavor, comparing it with the blanco that doesn't have this kind of woody flavor. It is a little bit different. We basically are going to undress the tequila, right?
Interesting. I like that. I like that. Yeah, most of them, like you said, we've always been doing tastings from the añejo up. So I'm intrigued now.
Yes. All right. So first of all, we need to clean our mouth with the water, right? All right. So now it is time to begin. First of all, grab your glass with the closet on it, right? Near from your nose, slide it closer and smell.
Wow, that almost smelled like like a mezcal for some reason. Some smoky.
Kind of. Sometimes it's a little bit strong.
Yeah, from that area.
Yes. All right. So now, tip the glass, go to the bottom, smell. Do you recognize any aroma?
I get kind of spicy, like almost a little bit of cinnamon, maybe. Almost a tinge of alcohol on that bottom part.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So now I invite you to tip it again. Now put the tip of your nose at the edge at the top and smell.
So crazy, but yes, like vanilla's,
Vanilla.
sugars, sweetness.
Sweetness. Yeah, it's very interesting, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now it is time for the tasting. So, the first sip, I always recommend you to have a small amount of tequila, right? And pass it in your whole mouth, basically switching it.
Yeah.
Your cheeks, your gums, your tongue, just a couple of seconds. It can be 2 or 3 seconds, right? Then breathe in by your nose, swallow it, and when the tequila reaches your stomach, breathe out by your mouth.
Okay.
You got it?
Yes.
Okay, so.
Wow. That changes it.
Okay. Do you recognize any flavor?
I'm getting some barrel notes. Like not exactly whiskey, but I'm getting that deep baking spices and cinnamons, maybe. Oh man, it's beautiful. Slight vanilla. I think there's even a little mint in there, but not much. And that's what I'm getting right now.
Yes. Correct. Perfect. And this is very interesting because there is just a few tequilas that have a very long aftertaste.
Yes, it's still stuck there.
Still there. Exactly. All right, perfect. It is time for the second sip. So this second sip, it will be different because now you need to keep it in the front, right? In the tip of your tongue, and try to dilute it with your saliva, just for 3 seconds.
Okay.
Right? And then breathe in by your nose, swallow it, and breathe out by your mouth.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead.
Ooh, stronger molasses and vanilla, a little bit of caramel.
Mm-hmm.
Not as much wood or oak anymore.
No, it changed.
It did.
Changed a lot.
I like
Okay.
that. I like that.
Perfect. It is perfect. All right, so let's continue. We need to clean them out. Okay, so now we need to smell our skin. This helps to clean the nose. It's almost like the coffee beans, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's basically the same. All right, so now it is time for the reposado. Same thing, with the closer on it, near from your nose, slide it, and smell.
Man, I am so surprised at how much of a mezcal that smells like.
Yes, it's so strong. The first aroma is always so strong.
Yeah, I mean, and then it dissipates.
Mhm.
It dissipates. Wow, I'm sorry.
No worries.
I have probably a little over 300 bottles of tequila, and I've never smelled it that way. And that's really nice.
It is. All right, so let's go to the bottom.
It's like cooked agave.
Cooked agave, okay.
Slight,
Mm-hmm.
slight alcohol, slight vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
Now the 12 o'clock,
Mm-hmm.
there's some sweetness, but it's nowhere near the sweetness as the añejo.
Exactly.
So it dissipated, or not dissipated. It's as you call it, undressing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's refreshing.
Yes.
That
It's very curious because some people they say that they can perceive this a little bit more floral.
Yes.
Floral can be sometimes.
Yes. Floral cologne type
Mhm.
thing.
Yes,
Oh, that's nice.
it is. Most of the people like it.
Yes,
It is a
that's very
little
nice.
difficult because sometimes the people the first sip they are like, okay, it's so hard to have it, you know, because it is like a spicy. But in the second sip they are like, man, I love it.
Yes.
So it depends on the way that you drink your beverage. It is how that you can perceive it in your mouth.
Correct.
All right. So the first sip, remember, try to swish it in your whole mouth. Go ahead.
That's like cooked agave, molasses.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a deep molasses almost.
Yes.
Very, very heavy in the sugar, but it's delicious.
It is.
Oh, sorry.
No
I have it
problem,
at
no
home.
problem.
I know it's delicious. Yes. That's so weird. Yeah, because you're diluting it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're just kind of like expanding it out to taste a little bit different.
Yes.
Now this time it wasn't as deep of a molasses. It's now like a little bit of vanilla, some caramel, but you're still getting in forefront that cooked agave.
Yes. There is a different way to taste this. It is try to keep the sip in the middle part of your tongue for 2 seconds.
Okay.
Right? try it, and at the end, breathe in, swallow it, breathe out. So let's try it.
Okay, so
In
keeping in the
keep
middle
it
of your
in
tongue.
the middle of your tongue for 2 seconds. Mm. So how do you feel it?
It's a little more of a whiskey flair to that.
Yes.
Slight alcohol,
Mm-hmm.
but going down the whiskey side of things.
Yes.
Yeah, I would be thinking, where's my Coke? Put, you know,
And the eyes and the whole thing.
But it's not a harsh. It's super smooth. Super
Yeah.
smooth. Delicious.
And that happens because we are preparing our mouth with the first sip, right?
Okay, yeah.
We cover it with the first sip, and now you can perceive better the flavors and the aromas.
Okay.
It's not so harsh. You cannot perceive at all the alcohol.
That's perfect.
Yes. All right, so we save the last sip at the end of these two, right? And first of all, we need to clean.
Yes.
Okay, smell your skin. All right, so now we're going with the Blanco Tequila. This is very interesting, right? Because it is like the real flavor of the tequila needs to have, right? It is only the process, it doesn't touch the wood, it is pure natural, right? It is all clean. So,
I always like to say that the Blanco, and I guess I've always said, and this is why going the different way, like you are suggesting, is interesting to me, because I've always stated for our channel and our viewers, I've always been saying, you know, I want to start with the Blanco, only because with the Blanco, I know what you're working with before you alter it.
Yes.
But it's kind of it's itself in its naked form, you know.
So the thing here is, and this is kind of an advice for the beginners, we recommend to begin with the añejo because they will feel it smoother than the blanco.
Yes, you know, and I've myself have traveled that same exact journey. Myself, my journey in tequila has started with the aged products because they were familiar to me, you know, with the bourbons and the whiskeys. They were just familiar and I really liked them. But then as I started getting more and more into tequila, I'm really more of a Blanco fan.
Yeah.
Now. But I wasn't when I started, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay, carry on. I apologize.
No problem. So we're going to continue with this. The same, near from the nose, slightly closer, and smell. Ooh. I know.
This is blowing my mind because, I mean, I've smelled so many Blancos, so many. But right off the bat, it's like a mezcal.
Yes. It's so similar. Actually, the mezcal and the tequila are like kind of cousins, you know? The plant is so similar, but the process is so different.
Right.
All right, so let's dip
Oh,
it.
man. It's even...
Bottom. What do you perceive?
I get on this one, I get a sweet agave with a little bit of vanilla and at the top you get floral. It's just beautiful, like a garden.
Exactly. And it changes depends in the part that you smell it. At the bottom, it can be a little bit more strong in alcohol, but at the top, it is completely different because it is not so alcoholic, right? You can perceive different aromas. It can be, as you said, like floral.
It's beautiful. Salute to you.
Salute to you.
Salute. Now, you already know, and you guys already know how much Atanosio is always one of my favorites. It's, if not the favorite. It's up there. It's up there. On the palate right then, I got like a nice pepper, some cooked agave. It's really rich in flavors.
Yes.
You know. Oh man, I definitely always say to you guys, if you're used to doing vodka and gins in your mixed drinks, switch it out for a Blanco, because now you're going to add some dimension of flavor to your drinks. It's not a bad idea. I'm just saying. But sipping the Blancos are amazing.
All right, for the second sip,
Okay.
it will be different. It is almost like in the añejo. Try to keep it in the front and dilute it with your saliva, but just for 2 seconds.
But 2 seconds instead of 3.
Yes, instead
Okay.
of 3. All right. Mm. Tell me.
I've got not it's sugar, but it's not molasses. It's not like molasses. It's not a syrup that you pour over pancakes type syrup.
Mm-hmm.
It's sweet, and
Yes.
it's almost vegetal at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's delicious. It's definitely one of my favorites.
It
Thank
is.
you very, very much.
No
I
problem.
I get so much beautiful aromas off of it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, and we are about to go for the second round.
Okay.
The last sip, that the things that we are saving. So, I recommend you.
Okay.
Watch again. This is something very important that I wanted to tell you, that the tequila is in constant evolution, right? So when we leave it like that, the alcohol, it begins to evaporate. It is a little bit bad, yeah, but that means that it will give you different aromas and different flavors too in every tequila that we have right here. So if we are going back to the añejo, if we check the aromas, this tequila basically transforms into a dessert. It is so sweet, right? You will perceive it like a kind of a caramel, like a melassa, can be a dark chocolate, can be too, right? Smoky, so like a creme brulee.
Yes.
Right? So I invite you to tip it to the top and smell.
Holy cow. It's different from what we started with.
Yes, it is. It changed a lot.
It is exactly like a creme brulee, and oh, that is a massive dessert.
Yes.
And I've tasted this before.
Yes. I do not put anything, nothing changed, only the alcohol evaporates a little bit, and that's why it changes a lot. And it continues to change minute by minute if you leave it like that, without the closer.
That's crazy.
Okay, so now I invite you to have the third sip, and let me warn you. In your mouth, you will feel it like a little bit smoky, but sweet at the same time. So please, go ahead.
There is some smoke to it.
Yes.
Smoky, barrel notes,
Yes.
beautiful, a sweeter whiskey. Wow.
Yeah. And the flavor is so similar like a whiskey. That's why our master tequilero Rene, in his words, he said, "This and this are whiskillas, because the real
Whiskillas.
form of tequila is the blanco."
Whiskillas.
Yeah.
Oh man, that is beautiful.
It is. And we need to continue now. The reposado. In the reposado, you will find some notes that are so similar like the vanilla notes, but also you will perceive the aroma or something like so similar like a butterscotch.
Okay.
also in the aroma. So
Should I
check it
rinse
out.
first?
No,
Okay. Okay.
it's necessary. So the aroma at the top.
It is like a butterscotch candy. Where there's candy. Where
Yes.
there's candy.
Yes.
Caramels, butterscotch. Oh, that's so good.
It is a little bit like woody. Yeah, these two are like woody. But this is smoky. The añejo is smoky. But that one, it is like when you recently cut the wood. Freshy.
Yes. Okay.
Now, in your mouth, it will be a little bit different. You can perceive it a little bit bitter, a little bit sweet, right? But kind of a cinnamon.
Yes. Almost. That is crazy. Yes, because we just tasted it a second ago.
Mm-hmm.
It is fresher. It is more of a. I get the cinnamons and baking spices. Clove.
Yeah,
Clove.
clove.
That's
Yes.
what I was looking for.
Yes.
That's the one I was looking for. Clove. That is delicious.
Yes. All right. So
I'm
now,
going to be drinking my tequila at home different now.
Yes. Now the blanco. This is very interesting because I don't know if you noticed the first time, but it has a cheesy note, very tiny.
Yes.
Right? It smells a little bit like cheesy, but now you can perceive it like the peel of the orange, or it can be the peel of the lime, a little bit citrusy, but
Okay.
floral too. Right? So let's find out.
I see the citrus that you're talking about,
Mm-hmm.
but I still do get a little bit of that lactic
Yes.
note. Either way, it's flippin' delicious, y'all.
Now, in your mouth, this tequila is very interesting because a lot of people, they are afraid to try the blancos because it's too harsh to have it. You will feel it that it is a little bit sweet but bitter, like minerally salty.
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead.
Very mineral,
Yes.
briny.
Yes.
And I get that a lot of times on a lot of tequila from the valleys.
Mm-hmm.
Gives me that briny. I don't get much bitter. I don't get the bitter on this one. For me.
Yeah.
That's just me. I do get that beautiful briny flair.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like a Fortaleza. Fortaleza is very... same thing, Cascanes.
Yes.
And I know Cascanes used to be here.
Yes.
They
Cascan is
used
born
to be here.
Cascan is born here.
They were born here. And it's just an amazing spirit. Jorge, I want to say thank you very much. I appreciate you showing us around the place. I'm going to be elaborating later on more on our trip to Mexico later, but I just want to give a little surprise video from our friends here at Atanosio. We've had an amazing time. Thank you very, very much. Appreciate it.
It was a pleasure.
Definitely. And always remember to sip, savor, and celebrate. Salud.